People pay $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 for a coaching program, but they will not pay a couple $100s to either have somebody look at their books, teach them how to understand their books, or even spend time looking at their books. And the irony is that unless you look at these finance part, the boring part, you will never know what the return on those coaching programs are. But I get it, because growing and scaling and increasing the upper line sounds sexier. Bookkeeping is boring. It's not sexy. We can't show off bookkeeping, right? And so we neglect the bookkeeping. We neglect our finances. We neglect doing that. But I promise you that if you combine investing into your business to scale it and you invest on the finance portion together, you'll be able to scale faster, because you will know if this is working and you can fine tune and redirect if you're paying attention to your finances. Because the problem is sometimes we get into these business ventures and we think we're making money and we don't find out that we're about to crash until it's too late. So what do good books look like? Today, I want to introduce a scale framework so that you guys can follow it along. S is for structure. So what is the structure that you want? What does your business look like? Define what is it that you need to have. How many businesses you have. Do an org chart. Figure out what your tracking system needs to track. If you have different income streams, they need to be tracked separately. All these different things need to be accounted for. That's just setting up the structure. Capturing. How are you going to capture this information in a way that works for you? Is it going to be a spreadsheet? Is it going to be a software? Which software? What works better for you? What's your budget for it? What system can we set up to capture the information that we need so that we can set up books, right? The A is for auditing and keeping yourself accountable. What are the different steps that you need to take every month to look at your books? So for example, making sure that you're not getting billed for things that you shouldn't get billed. This is the audit portion. And then keeping yourself accountable to time apart every single month in your calendar to look at your books. Do the finance, do the boring, non-sexy part. Put that CEO, CFO hat for a few minutes every month, every week, whichever works best for you. The L is leverage. How are we going to leverage this information? This is where you set up a system to track the information that gets converted into matrix. One thing is knowing I make X amount of dollars every month. And another thing is these are my different matrices. KPIs. How is my portfolio performing against how I need it to perform? That is how you start leveraging the information that you're capturing from your books. And then elevate is the E. How do you then use that information, all those KPIs, to elevate your business? This is where you make decisions of refinancing, scaling, improving operations, decreasing expenses, changing strategy, all these different things. Those decisions that will help you elevate your business come from understanding your numbers, leveraging those numbers. So that is the framework. And this is the framework that we go over on our workshop series. I'm going to be putting on the description the link to the Real Estate Investor Financial Playbook, where I explain a lot of these different items in detail that you can follow along and set up for your own real estate business. Now, hopefully this was helpful. If you take anything away from this, is you need to set up your financial foundation before you start investing on these programs, because that way you can maximize the return on that investment. Stay tuned for more videos on real estate investing and finances. And if you have any questions, make sure to put it on the comments.